Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Its-A-Mii here, and today we are talking about games I played in November. I did this last month for October, and you guys seemed to like it, so I guess we'll make this a monthly thing where I kind of just round up all of the games I played in a certain given month and talk about my thoughts on them, because, you know, I do a review for a lot of the games I finished, but there's a lot of other stuff I'm not reviewing. I'm not making videos on Call of Duty Black Ops 6, you know, I'm not going to do a video on X Nordics now that I finished it, so today we're talking about all the stuff I played in November. Now, here's the thing with November. I did a lot of taste testing. So versus last month, I was able to finish quite a few more things, as we'll get to, but I also did a lot of taste testing, and you'll see that with a lot of these things. But starting off here, a game I did post a proper review for, Mario and Luigi Brothership. I posted a review for this back on embargo when that dropped, I think on like November 4th or something. So most of my playtime with this game was in October, to be fair, but I wanted to talk about it here and shout it out. I love this game. This game has been the subject of much controversy. It seems to be a very mixed release from Nintendo this year. I wasn't expecting that when I was playing it pre-release. I think I don't know if it's my favorite Mario RPG on Switch. It's definitely up there with Mario RPG, Super Mario RPG Remake from 2023, of course. I don't know if I like it more than that game, just because I think that game is so concise and short, and Mallow is in the video game, right, which makes it inherently amazing. But Mario and Luigi Brothership, if you want like a lengthy Mario RPG, I really don't think there's anything better on the Switch in that regard. I think the animations are beautiful. I think the combat is a lot of fun with the plug system, kind of mixing and matching those, and the way they drain. So they kind of force you to experiment and just try all the different kind of things you can do in battle. I think Mario and Luigi Brothership is awesome. I think the final section of the game is fantastic, and you know, it's a long game to get through. It is, and I know that's a big criticism for a lot of people, but if you just play it and take it at its own pace and don't try to rush through it, it's a really solid time with some great side content as well. So definitely recommend Mario and Luigi Brothership, but also go check out my full review for that to get some more proper, you know, extended thoughts on Nintendo's last major release of the year. Of course, we have Fitness Boxing next month, but I don't think anybody's considering that a major release. A game I dipped my toes into, I'm talking 45 minutes, maybe to an hour. A lot of people were asking me to play this and get my thoughts on it. Unfortunately, these aren't going to be the in-depth thoughts that you deserve. I apologize. But I did give Farmagia Day 1 edition here ago. I was excited for this game, and then I played it. I'm just going to be honest. I need to give it more time. But I was really not liking it, especially the performance in the Switch version. I looked up some gameplay of it on PC, and I was like, oh, this is what the game should be. It runs really bad on Switch. It looks very crusty, and the gameplay in general, you know, watching the trailers, I was like, oh, this is like kind of like a Pikmin kind of farming thing. It looked very interesting to me. Mashima doing the art, but actually playing it, maybe it's because I only gave it like that hour, you know, that's not fair to give a game an hour and rank it properly on that, but, you know, just giving my gut reaction to this game, it felt overwhelming almost how much they were throwing at me in terms of how the combat mechanics works, but also the farming stuff, and then you have to wait real time, or, you know, do other things while the stuff is harvesting. I don't know. I'm going to give it another shot eventually, I think, but I did want to try it out for at least a little bit, since it was one of the bigger releases of the month for Switch. But from my first impression, not super in love with Farmagia, which is disappointing, because I was excited for that game, but playing it, I was like, I don't know if this is actually one I really want to put a substantial amount of time into, but maybe I'll go back to it and give it a fairer shake, and I will update you on that when I do. Next game, total random thing. You're getting a little bit of a look into the November pickups video that I'll post this following week here. I got this in the Best Buy Buy 2 Get 1 sale, Let's Sing 2025, and me and my girlfriend have had a lot of fun playing this together. It comes with 2 microphones in the bundle. Here's the thing with Let's Sing. This is my first time buying one of these games. You know, I played Rock Band and Guitar Hero growing up, but I never bought like a karaoke game specifically. Even, what was it, Rock Band? I guess all the Rock Band games had a microphone for some karaoke stuff. But when I was younger, I wasn't really doing that. I was playing the guitar and playing the drums, so I never really did much of the singing. This is my first time buying a specific, like, singing game, and this is a scam. Okay, this is an actual, like, this feels like an actual scam. So this game, which is $60, by the way, like I said, I got it in the Buy 2 Get 1 sale. That's the only reason I bought it. I wouldn't have paid full price for this. This is $60. You're basically paying for the 2 microphones, I guess, because on the cartridge, there's only 35 songs. Now, that might sound like a decent number, I guess, but when you actually sit down and look through them, 35 songs is like a couple, maybe 2 or 3 hours at most of you playing the game, at least, you know, playing through them once in one sitting. But they do have the Let's Sing like gold subscription pass, which this includes, I think, a 1-month free trial for. So I did the free trial. That's where all the real songs are. That's where all the massive amount of songs are. I don't know how many it is. I think it says here The VIP pass includes over 150 extra songs. So they get you to buy the game for 60, and then you have to pay for the VIP pass to get the songs you actually want. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of this model. I know Just Dance is like it's not free to play anymore, but they have like the Just Dance Gold thing. So I guess this is just the way these things go now for Let's Sing and for Just Dance. But I figured since they release this game every year, there'd probably be like a substantial amount of different songs in each year. I'm not sure how the subscription works. Like if you buy Let's Sing 2023, for example, and you have the subscription, I guess you would keep the song. So I guess it's really a thing. You don't buy it every year. You buy it once and then you pay for the subscription. But regardless of that, regardless of their weird content model, we were having fun using it and playing it and just, having a fun time singing songs. So random game, wanted to include that. So that was a recent pickup. So that'll be in the November pickups video in the coming days here. I also made a video on this one, but it completely bombed, so I don't know what happened there. Thanks, guys. Jeez. I'm joking. But Pokemon TCG Pockets, I was obsessed with in the first half of November. I'm still checking in every day, opening my packs. I was like addicted to this game, man. This game was like a drug, and I'm still playing it every day, but just opening packs. There was this event going on where you had to get 45 wins in like this special queue to get like a little banner or emblem for your account. Made sure I got all those 45 wins, playing through, doing all that. And it's been a lot of fun. I have always wanted to get into the Pokemon TCG in terms of playing it, but I just never have. And once again, this is a game that I've been playing with Olivia, who doesn't really play that much stuff, but she likes mobile games, and I guess she likes the hits of opening a pack of cards. She doesn't like Pokemon that much or anything. I think she played Scarlet with me when that came out, but that's really her only Pokemon experience. So it's been fun playing that with her, battling her, that kind of thing, and just learning the TCG together. So I wasn't expecting to get so into a mobile game this year, especially towards the end of the year, and I think that is a game that will, in all likelihood, end up on my top 10 of the year list, to be completely honest. And I think there should be some new events happening soon. There was also that Lapras event that happened. I got all the cards in that. I actually got like 3 of the Lapras EXs like in a row. Like my packs were crazy. And then she hasn't, I don't think she was able to get any of those, which is funny. But they're adding trading in January. So Pokemon TCG Pocket, I probably won't mention it again from this point unless there's some big event or something. But that's something I'll be checking in on periodically over time. And I really enjoyed the kind of launch period for that game and just the hype, of a new Pokemon trading card game on mobile. Seeing everybody on Twitter posting their polls and that kind of thing has been a lot of fun. So huge shout out to Pokemon TCG Pocket. Another game I don't have physically here to show and hold up is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So I talked about this last month. I love Call of Duty. I play Call of Duty every year. Black Ops 6, Black Ops specifically, I should say, is like my favorite sub-series of Call of Duty. I think Treyarch makes the best CODs. This is no different. Just playing it even more, at that point when I recorded the October video, I think I was like maybe 1st or 2nd Prestige. I'm closing in on 4th Prestige now. Still grinding this game, loving this game. Right now for Thanksgiving weekend, they added Stakeout 24/7 back, which is great for camo grinding, but also the double XP is happening right now as well. So that's probably what I'll be playing tonight after I record this video. Really enjoying Black Ops 6. I also did get through the single player. When I recorded October video, I didn't even started the campaign. The campaign in Black Ops 6 is really good. I don't think it's as good as Cold War. I see a lot of people saying it's better than Cold War. I don't think that's true. It is very good though. It's one of the better campaigns we've had in the past, half a decade or so of this more like modern era of Call of Duty. It's really good. I just think Cold War had more like of the action set pieces and like the really high quality, that kind of thing that I expect from Call of Duty campaigns, whereas Black Ops 6 has some of that stuff, but it also has a lot more like just weird missions, which is good, right? Like there's a mission, I won't spoil it actually, but there's a mission that feels very out of place for Call of Duty, and it's a really cool mission, but at the same time, I don't know, I guess it's cool that they're doing something different now with Call of Duty after we're, 25 entries in or whatever, but at the same time, Call of Duty is like a warm blanket every year. I'm sitting there, I'm just going through it, I know what to expect. They're subverting expectations, which is good, but also I like to expect my stereotypical Call of Duty action set pieces, and that this game didn't deliver on that front quite as much as Cold War did. But either way, really enjoyed the campaign, enjoying the multiplayer, and enjoying the zombies as well. I have not finished either of the Easter eggs. In fact, I haven't even tried Terminus yet. Really just been playing Liberty Falls here and there. But of course, Season 1 came out this month, and they're adding another Zombies map next month. So a lot of Call of Duty to be had still. I've been off and on. I'll play it like 8 hours one day and then not play it again for 2 weeks, that kind of thing. So yeah, really enjoying Black Ops 6. Another game that I actually did a full video on, shout out to Square Enix for the PS5 code, although I do have my physical copy here. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake. Definitely check out my full review of this game, but really enjoyed this as someone who recently got into Dragon Quest with 11 earlier this year. You know, I've played some spinoffs off and on throughout my life. You know, I played Dragon Quest Builders, Dragon Quest Heroes, last year at Dragon Quest Monsters 3, The Dark Prince, but this is my second full mainline Dragon Quest game I can say I've beaten, and I really enjoyed it. It's very archaic, right? It is a tried and true NES era RPG, and they did not really change it that much. But that's what I was thinking in my review. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate that Dragon Quest for so long has been able to maintain what it is and stay true to itself, unlike Final Fantasy. I'm not, you know, disparaging Final Fantasy. I think it's cool that Final Fantasy is trying different things every game now, but it's really special, I think, that Dragon Quest gets to be Dragon Quest, and people obviously love it. It's the biggest launch in Japan this year. It's, I think, the best-selling game in Japan this year, and yeah, it's really cool. So, there's definitely, if you are new to RPGs and you just want like a more easy RPG, like this game's not easy. Like you are going to have to grind. So I don't know if I would recommend it from that lens, but also if you just want like a grindy RPG, then it's a great game from that angle. So definitely recommend to check out my review for that game, but I really enjoyed it. Just the vibes of Dragon Quest I was talking about in that video, like the music, the world, the aesthetic, the Toriyama aesthetic is so special, and really enjoy that, and the monster designs, of course. So definitely check out Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D if you have not already, and check out my review for that. A game I started in October through the demo. I ended up picking up on PS5 here because I played the demo on PS5 like a dummy. Ys Nordics. I finished it. This is my first time finishing an Ys game. I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't do like any side content. And I feel very bad about that. I did kind of rush through this one a little bit, I suppose. So I didn't do much of the side, like, island content. So when you get out of the demo, which is where I stopped last time, the world really opens up and you have your ship and you can sail around and do all these different islands and there's all these different things. I was basically just going from story objective to story objective, and I feel bad about that. But I knew if I wanted to have any chance of getting through all these games, I would have to play through it a little bit more conservatively, I suppose. But doing the main story and just experiencing the combat that way and the story, I really enjoyed it. I definitely want to go back and play Ys 7 and 8, and of course, I think it's Oath of Felghana is coming out on PS5 and Switch in January, I want to say, so I'll be playing that. That's, of course, an older Ys game coming back, so that'll be a little different than these more modern ones that I have some experience with. But Ys Nordics is really fun. The action is great. I was surprised by how much I just kept getting new mechanics added in. I played through the demo, which is the first 3 chapters, give or take a little bit there, and that was like 8 hours, and they constantly were throwing new stuff at me there, and I thought that was going to be basically the bulk of it. No, there's just constantly new mechanics being added in. Like, there's this thing where, so the entire thing is Adel and Karja are, like, linked together, and you have to, like, they stay together, you have them both in combat, you switch between them in combat, and it's really satisfying, you know, doing the combat that way. But there are these sections where you actually have to separate them, and they have to, like, go off on their own, kind of do their own puzzle solving, that kind of thing. It's nothing like that in depth or, complex or anything, but it's just an example of like, wow, they've really kept adding mechanics throughout this entire game. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. The story is not like incredible, I would say, or anything. It's not like Xenoblade tier for me, but it's a solid, fun, enjoyable, I would say lighthearted overall RPG adventure, action RPG adventure. And definitely am going to be trying out more of these games in the near future, of course, with the new remaster of the, like I said, I think it's Oath and Felghana coming over. But then I do want to go back and play 8 and 9 as well. I played a little bit of 8 earlier this year, and I was enjoying that. So I definitely want to do that. But yeah, huge shout out to Ys 10. Was not sure if I was going to be able to get through it because of Metaphor, but I guess we can go and talk about that a little bit now. I am back to Metaphor now. That's why I wanted to get Ys 10 out of the way so I can go back to Metaphor without starting another thing, because Fantasian comes out in like a week or so. But back to Metaphor. I haven't put too much time into it this month, but I did finish up the Virga Island kind of section of the game, or like at least the main story. I still have side quests to do. I'm not rushing through Metaphor. I refuse. Ys 10, I can skip some side quests, but Metaphor, I'm doing everything that pops up on that screen, and just finished up the Virga Island arc of that game, and like I said, the main story. I still have to do the side quests, and really enjoying it. I was at first when I went back to it was a little hard to like just readjust, even just the controls after playing Ys 10 and Dragon Quest, getting used to the controls again, that kind of thing, catching myself on the plot. There's this really great thing in the game that shows you like it gives you a recap of basically every event so far. So I was reading through that, okay, what just happened when I stopped back in October? So yeah, I'll have more thoughts on Metaphor probably at the end of next month. I should be able to finish it by the end of next month. I hope. That is my goal. But like I said, Fantasian's coming out, and I will put it on hold for that because I should be doing a review for Fantasian. So Metaphor, probably my game of the year, but I keep putting it on hold to review other games, which is stupid, but you got to do what you got to do, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoyed Metaphor. Excited to finish that. My goal was to finish Metaphor, East 10, Dragon Quest, Fantasian, and then start Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think I'm just going to not even try. I think I've just given up on playing Rebirth this year. I know I have to do it. I'm excited to do it. I can't wait to do it. I think it's bad for me, like, mentally to even, like, expect that I will play Rebirth this year. I think I should just give myself a break. And then after this year, it sucks because there's so many great RPGs coming out at the beginning of 2025, but I need to give myself an RPG break. I need to stop for a little bit because Xenoblade X is in March, and maybe, I mean, East is more action game than RPG in a lot of ways, so maybe East would be fine, but, you know, Tales of Grace's F comes out in January. I would like to play that. Freedom Wars is coming out. There's too many RPGs, man. I got to take a break from the RPGs after Metaphor, I think, though, and then play some, not RPG stuff to just kind of reset my brain, almost. With that being said, there are still a few more things here. I did give a little test of A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead. I mentioned this in the pickups video last month, I believe. This was an October release. It came out on Halloween, actually. I love A Quiet Place. I love the movies, and this game sucks. I probably played 2.5 hours or so, I would say, of this game. It's like a 6-hour game, and I was thinking, like, okay, I like finishing games. Maybe I'll force my way through it just to finish it so I can say I beat A Quiet Place: Road Ahead. But me and my girlfriend were playing together. She was watching me, and we were like 2 hours in, and I was like, man, I'm just not feeling it. This it's really boring, and what makes me angry about it is, like, A Quiet Place is a really cool universe. If you haven't seen the movies, I recommend you check them out. They don't do anything new. Everything in this game is just like a retread of the movies in terms of, like, okay, this character is pregnant or something, or there's a baby happening. And so, oh, how are you going to handle a baby when there's a quiet place? You got to be quiet. Oh my goodness, a baby. Oh, this character has, something that, makes them anxious or something. Like, it's just like, we're just retreading ground. There are some cool mechanics, like the anxiety mechanic is interesting in this game. And then, of course, sneaking around. It's a stealth game, so you're sneaking around the Quiet Place monsters and stuff. It's just boring, man. I didn't care about the characters when I was playing, and, I played through a third of the game. Didn't care about the characters. The gameplay was like, it's fine, I guess. It felt kind of slow. I don't know, man. I would say that's a disappointing one for me. Maybe I'll give it another try eventually, but probably not. Honestly, I mean, I think the Metacritic, I went into it knowing it was probably not going to be that good. I want to look at the Metacritic here. What is it actually at? I think it was like a 50 or something, which is probably about right, to be completely honest. That's probably what this game deserves based on what I played. Okay, it has a 67 on Metacritic. I mean, it looks good. The sounds good. I don't know. It's not for me, I guess. But I was disappointed by that. And I guess maybe part of my unenjoyment of A Quiet Place: Road Ahead was the fact that I knew Silent Hill 2 was coming up, and I guess we can talk about that real quick now. I've been playing Silent Hill 2. Once again, only a couple hours in. This just came in through the Best Buy, or not the Best Buy. I'm just used to saying Best Buy, buy two, get one. This just came in from Walmart for $30 on Black Friday, and played up to the apartments. I mentioned that in another video, I think. So only a couple hours in, but really enjoying it. This is my first time playing a Silent Hill game. Very eerie, very creepy, all the fog, I'm liking the characters so far. I'm reading all the notes, Once again, another game that I'm playing through with Olivia because she likes horror games and stuff. So really enjoying that. I'll have more thoughts on Silent Hill 2 at the end of next month. I should be able to finish that ideally because it's like a 12 to 15 hour game, I think, based on how long to beat. So yeah, first Silent Hill experience, but enjoying that. And then final game is the game, once again, I do not have a physical copy of because it is a demo, and that is the Dynasty Warriors Origins demo. So this is a game that when it was announced, where was this game announced? This was announced in like a Sony show earlier this year, I think. I was like, oh, maybe it's finally time for me to try out an actual Dynasty Warriors game again. I played a Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires, I want to say, on a 360 with my brother, but I was a kid. I wasn't paying attention to the plot. I really sucked at strategy stuff, so I was just kind of, smacking enemies around. And I've played a lot of the tie-in stuff, like the One Piece games, as well as, of course, Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors. Three Hopes, especially, I think is a fantastic game, genuinely. I think that game is better than Three Houses. I always say that. And, I've been wanting to try out a proper Dynasty Warriors game ever since, but there hasn't been one that really looked that interesting to me. Like, I think it was Dynasty Warriors 9 got like really bad reviews because it was open world or something. So I was like, I'm not gonna play this. But Dynasty Warriors Origins, I guess they're kind of going back to basics here. I'm not sure what the Origins name even really implies. Frankly, I wasn't paying too much attention to the story here because I don't think the progress of the demo carries over to the full game. So I just wanted to load it up and just mess around and see if I was really vibing with this game. And first impression, it's pretty hard. I don't know if I just suck or what, but I was like actually like kind of struggling. The map is really big, and you have to like help your commanders and stuff before they die due to other enemies. So I was actually I was dying in this game, playing on like the normal difficulty, which I don't think that ever happens to me in Warriors games. So I guess I need to get good, get my strategy brain on. But this game does some interesting stuff. You have your horse, of course. I think that was in Dynasty Warriors 9 as well. The Nintendo tie-in games don't have that. So you have a horse you can go around on, get around the map a little bit faster. This game has a parry, so it feels like there's a much bigger focus on fighting like the generals and the commanders and stuff than just going through the hordes of enemies in this game. When I play the Nintendo Warriors games, when there's like a Zalfos or something that has like the health bar or something, those feel way less important than the generals in this game do. It feels like every encounter in this is a little bit more personal, a little bit more serious. So you go up to a general or something, and they do these attacks that you can parry, which, I mean, parrying's been in Dynasty Warriors before. It was in Age of Calamity, I'm pretty sure. But it feels just way more like... It feels way more important in this game especially. That makes it feel a little bit more like a regular action game and not necessarily as much as a Musou as we expect. So there's parries. There's like these really cool one-on-one encounters you do where all of like the millions of minions around you will be like kind of like in a circle. You're like in a Fight Club circle or something, right? And you're fighting the general, and those are pretty cool. I'm enjoying it so far. I think I will probably pick it up on day one and maybe do a review for you guys now that I played the demo and I was enjoying it from when I played. Like I said though, I don't know if it's just me. I was like, it was hard. I've never struggled in one of these Warriors games. This game was like kind of hard. So maybe I'll play it on easy. I don't know. I guess I just suck. I guess I just need to get good. But yeah, enjoy the demo for Dynasty Warriors Origins. We'll probably be checking that out. That's a nice kind of a break, I guess, from the RPG madness that I've been going on, because that comes out, I think, that comes out in January, so that's coming up very soon here. I'm glad they did a demo. But that is going to do it for the games I played in November. Of course, as always, I would like to hear what you guys were playing in November as well. I played a lot. I finished quite a few things. I finished Brothership, Black Ops 6 campaign, Dragon Quest 3, East 10 Nordics, and I guess that's it. I guess I technically finished Let's Sing 2025 because there's like no songs in that game. And then, yes, A Quiet Place I dropped. Farmagia I dropped. Maybe I'll get back to that. And then, yeah, Silent Hill 2 I'm currently playing through, and then Dynasty Warriors was a demo. So nice balance, I would say, of finishing stuff, but also starting new things. And I guess December is going to be interesting because I'm going to try to finish Metaphor, finish Silent Hill, probably Fantasian as well. So those might be like the main three. I really want to hone in and focus on just finishing up what I've started already for the rest of the year. But yeah, as always, let me know what you're playing in the comments down below. Subscribe here for collecting content, game review content like this, I suppose, each and every... I've been uploading daily recently, which is crazy, but subscribe here for all that. Follow me on Twitter at BoTalksGames, and check out my Nintendo news channel at BoTalksGames as well. And until next time, folks, peace.